Hi everyone, today is the 9th of May 2013 and this is just a very quick video to let you know that yes, I had the baby. I had the baby on the 25th of April 2013, which was 41 weeks. I actually went into labour the day before. So actually no, I gave birth on 41 weeks in one day. So this is my labour and delivery story. It will have to be quick because I don't know how long the baby will stay asleep for. So on the 24th, which was a Wednesday, which was 41 weeks, I had a bath in the morning, and it was quite late morning, and I decided I'd just go and lay on the bed in my towel, just relax. A rare luxury now to be able to do that. And it was about 11:30 and I felt a small gush. I thought maybe that's some bath water or something. I wasn't sure, but it kept coming. I thought no, this really isn't, and it had a particular smell as well. So I put a pad there and it was literally soaking the pads within minutes. So I knew, yeah, this is definitely my waters have broken. So we phoned the labour ward and they surprisingly said, oh, we'll just come in tomorrow at 9 o'clock and we'll check you 9 o'clock in the morning. So, oh, that's a bit odd. So anyway, I just decided to carry on as normal. Me and my partner had lunch together, and then it got to about 10 to 5 in the early evening and I started getting some moderate pain. I thought, but because I was, overdue, and I felt like it had been dragging on so long, I just thought, wow, this isn't going to lead to anything. So me and my partner started timing them, and they were like 9 minutes apart. And so we phoned the labour ward again. They said that we had to wait until they were at least 5 minutes apart. Then about an hour later, they were 4.5 minutes apart, and they were really intense. Doesn't feel anything like a period pain. Doesn't feel like an upset stomach. I really can't describe it. And even though it was like 14 days ago now, so I'm sorry this is really late, but I really literally haven't had a chance with the baby to do anything, and sometimes not even to get a drink. So yeah. Oh, I forgot what I was saying now. Oh yeah, even though it was only 14 days ago, it seems hazy memories of like what the pain was actually like. It's just like a pain that builds. Like it starts slowly, it builds, it reaches like a peak, and then it fades again. So when we got to 4.5 centimetres, we rang the labour ward again, and they said that yeah, we should come in now. So we ordered a taxi because we don't drive at the moment, and made our way to the hospital, which was awful. The taxi journey was just really uncomfortable because I was contracting in the taxi, and the poor taxi driver was like, "Can I help?" I was like, I couldn't even speak. My partner was like, "No, it's okay." Got to the hospital, was contracting at the front door. Even though we were prepared, we had all our bags packed and everything, it still felt like stressful, like panic getting everything together. So anyway, we arrived at the labour ward and went into the pool room because I was planning on having a water birth. And there was 2 really nice midwives there who were both quite young. One was a trained midwife, the other was a student. And I said that I wanted to have the pool birth, so they ran me a bath. One of the ladies ran me a bath. But then they examined me and said that I was only 4 centimetres, so I wasn't able to get into the bath until I was 5 centimetres. So that was a bit annoying. They said they'd check me again at midnight. So I thought, oh my god, I'm going to have these contractions until midnight. I was like, can I just have the gas and air, please? I just want the gas and air, like now. So I had the gas and air, which is really quite strong. Even after the first few puffs, like you start feeling like pretty high already. I can't say it takes the pain away, but it does. It does really help. It really helped for me because I had the TENS machine as well, which I put on at home whilst I was having those contractions. So what with that and the gas and air, I was all right with that. So then I was just contracting really. I was having breaks in between. I was able to talk. I was getting quite a lot of bleeding at this time, and had quite a heavy show as well. So which I was a bit worried about, and I said to them, look, I'm bleeding quite a lot here. So they said, we're going to just pop you on a monitor for 20 minutes, which they did, so you could hear the baby's heartbeat and my heartbeat, which was fine. So they took that off after 20 minutes. Then it got to 9 o'clock and my mum arrived. I was contracting quite strongly at this point, and they were really regular and really strong. And my mum was like, you're not going to last until midnight. So anyway, I had my first urge to push about 10:30. I can't describe it to you. It's the most strange feeling. It's not like wanting to have a poo. It's just an uncontrollable urge to just push. I read somewhere someone described it as like being sick, the feeling, and it is because it's that uncontrollable, the urge to want to push. It's really hard to stop it. I was sitting on the bed at this point, and I was just kind of doing this rocking motion that just came out of nowhere. I was kind of just doing this rocking and taking the gas and air and using the TENS machine. And Mum said, why don't you try on all fours? Which I did. So I was on all fours and I was leaning on a beanbag, which helped. But these contractions were getting really intense and the urge to push was getting really hardcore. And then I think it was about 11:30 in the evening. The midwives obviously knew that things were progressing because they started. My mum was saying, "Oh, they're getting the tray thing out to put underneath you." So because she's had 5 children, she knows the drill. So yeah, they checked me again about 11:30, and they said I was fully dilated, which was really good. It was quite shocking. It was all a bit overwhelming. And then that is when I started to push. From then, that's when I started my active pushing. And they weren't really directing me as such. They were just saying, just do what your body is telling you to do. And oh my goodness, the head coming out. Wow, that is indescribable. People say, oh, it's the most painful thing in the whole, and it really isn't. I'm like, maybe it's just me. I don't know, but the contractions were bad. I'm not going to lie, they were bad. But the actual pushing bit didn't hurt. It was more of a relief to actually push the baby out, and it did sting a bit when he was coming. The head was coming, but it wasn't horrific. And then the head popped out at 25 past midnight, and he'd made a little noise even before the rest of his body was born, apparently, which is quite rare. And then with the next contraction, he was born, and it was amazing. But I was really shell shocked. I just felt so overwhelmed. I just didn't know what to do with the baby. It's like, oh my god, because it was just so intense. I was exhausted as well. They laid him on me, and he was screaming his head off. The placenta was still attached, which I wanted to give him that 30ml blood transfusion, so I wanted to let the placenta stop pulsating before the cord was cut. But it just wasn't coming, so after about half an hour they decided to give me the injection to get things moving. Still nothing for a while. So then they were trying to manually get the placenta out, which was bloody awful, because they were like kneading my stomach and putting their fingers inside, and they couldn't do it, and they had to get this other midwife in who was really experienced, and she finally got it out. But my god, like, do you think you've been through enough anyway after having given birth, and you've got to have this placenta, and they've got to have everyone rummaging around in you, and it came out and it feels like a big jelly falling out of you. It was weird, and it's big as well. It's so strange. So then my partner cut the cord, even though he had said before that he didn't want to. He decided that he did. And baby Henry was born, and they weighed him, and he was £8.12, which I was surprised about because I'd had a small bump the whole time through. So I was just all baby really, and he was 53.5 centimetres long. Then they said that I'd had a secondary tear, so I had to have some stitches, which was horrible as well, because well, the worst bit is when they give you the local anaesthetic, which stings when they put it in. So I had those put in. Then I went back into the room, and I was trying to feed the baby, but it just wasn't happening. He was just like opening his mouth, but not actually suckling. So that was making me really stressed, because he was screaming his head off. And my blood pressure was like through the roof. But it's very overwhelming, this whole thing, you know. It all happens so quickly, and it's not on. Everyone thinks you should be able to like breastfeed straight away, but it doesn't always happen like that. You need to learn how to do it, and you and your baby need to learn how to do it together. So anyway, I stayed in the hospital until the next day, and I went home about 3 o'clock the next day, which looking back was far too soon. I could have done with another night in the hospital really. Yeah, so then baby came home. It was really hard for the first few days, just because we just didn't know what we were doing basically. But things have improved. He's absolutely thriving. Now at 14 days, he's 9 pounds 14 ounces, which is brilliant. The breastfeeding is going well. At first he wasn't latching properly, so it was causing quite a lot of pain and damage to my nipples, but we're doing better now. Unfortunately, I got an infection from the stitches, so I've had to be on antibiotics, which is giving him an upset stomach. And my partner's got a cold, so we are all a bit run ragged at the moment. But my friends and family have been amazing. The amount of cards and presents and good wishes we've received through the post has been really, really good. So yeah, this is, as I said, just a little update about my labour and delivery. I have to say it's the most amazing experience of my life. I'll do it again tomorrow. The strange thing is now, like seeing pregnant women, I actually feel like a bit sad and jealous. Isn't that crazy? Like I wanted to stop being pregnant for ages because it was so exhausting, but there you go, that's just the body's way of getting you to have more children. So, and I won't be doing that for a while, I hope. So yeah, anyway, I hope that you found that interesting. I don't think I left anything out. But yeah, for all those of you that are expecting, I just want to reassure you that it really isn't that bad. It's not as bad as people make out. But you know, expect it to be intense. You know, you might not bond with your baby straight away. It took me a couple of days to properly bond, and I had a bit of the baby blues for a few days. It will get better. Things will get better. The first week, I'd say, is the hardest, but just persevere and you'll be fine. So yeah, that is my little video for you, and I hope you find it interesting. Okay, speak to you soon. Thanks. Bye.